Ladies and gentlemen, let's cut to the chase. We're living in a world where comfort has become our prison, where excuses are on tap, and everyone wants the reward, but no one wants to put in the work. We've bred a generation of men who are soft, safe, and satisfied with the bare minimum. And you know what that's led to? Men who are idle, men who are stagnant, men who talk big but achieve nothing. It's led to weakness, complacency, and an excuse-making culture. We've lost the hunger, the fire, and the relentless drive that separates the strong from the rest. Today, I'm here to tell you something that will sting, something that will slap you right across the face, if you have the courage to listen. If you're not in pain, you're not growing. And if you're not growing, you're just taking up space. This speech isn't for the faint of heart. It's for those who can handle the truth, even when it hurts. I'm going to lay it out straight. No sugarcoating, no excuses. If you're here looking for comfort, you're in the wrong place. This isn't the time for soft words. We're here to shake things up, to break down the walls of comfort, and to resurrect that primal instinct to fight, to struggle, and to claw our way to the top. So let me ask you, how many of you truly know what it feels like to work until it hurts? Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. I'm talking about the kind of pain that feels like it's breaking you, the kind that makes you want to quit. Most of you don't. Most of you have never pushed yourselves that far. Most of you tap out the moment things get tough, the moment you start to sweat, the moment things stop being easy. But here's the truth. Comfort is a killer. It's the slow poison that keeps you sedated, that convinces you that good enough is enough. Well, it's not, because good enough doesn't win. Good enough doesn't conquer. Good enough doesn't leave a legacy. What leaves a legacy, what builds real strength, what turns men into legends, is pain. Pain isn't your enemy. It's your path to greatness. It's the price you pay to earn your place in this world. Every time you're faced with a choice, every time you're tempted to take the easy way out, I want you to ask yourself, do I want to be remembered as someone who settled? Because if you're not sweating, if you're not struggling, if you're not feeling the burn of every muscle in your body, you're not doing enough. Pain is the grind, it's the hustle, it's the hours upon hours of dedication and sacrifice that separate the men from the boys. So let me tell you this, if you're not in pain, you're not living up to your potential. Look around you. How many men do you see these days who are truly hungry? How many men do you know who are putting in the work day in and day out, no matter how tough it gets? Very few, because most of us have been brainwashed to believe that life should be easy, that we deserve success without sacrifice, that we can live in the comfort zone and still make it to the top. Well, newsflash, comfort will ruin you. It will rob you of everything you could be. It will lull you into a life of mediocrity. If you want success, real success, you have to be willing to work until it hurts. And I don't mean a little discomfort here and there. I'm talking about the kind of pain that keeps you up at night, the kind that makes you question everything, the kind that forces you to dig deep into your soul and ask yourself, how bad do I want this? You have to want it bad enough to endure the struggle, bad enough to keep going when everyone else would quit, because that's where greatness is forged. Let's talk about the men who've made it, the men we all look up to, the ones who've achieved the impossible, who've changed the world, who've built empires. Do you think they got there by taking it easy, by avoiding pain? Hell no. They were willing to suffer, to sacrifice, to bleed for their dreams. They embraced the pain because they knew it was the price of greatness. They worked until it hurt, and then they kept going. And that's what I want from you. I want you to stop making excuses, to stop looking for the easy way out. I want you to embrace the grind, to push yourself beyond what you think you're capable of. You think you're tired? Work harder. You think you've given it your all? Give more. You think you're at your limit? Go further. Because pain is not your enemy. Pain is the key to unlocking your potential. It's the fire that will burn away the weakness and leave you stronger, tougher, better than you ever thought possible. You see, we live in a society that worships comfort, that tells us it's okay to settle, that tells us we're good enough just as we are. But that's a lie. If you want to be more, you have to do more. If you want to achieve more, you have to sacrifice more. And that means pain. That means getting up early, putting in the hours, doing the work that no one else wants to do. That means embracing the struggle, because that's where growth happens. Every man in this room has dreams, has ambitions, has things they want to achieve. But most of you will never achieve them. And do you know why? Because you're not willing to pay the price. You want the reward without the effort. You want the success without the sacrifice. You want the glory without the grind. Well, it doesn't work that way. You have to earn it. And you earn it through pain, through struggle, through the relentless pursuit of your goals. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to stop complaining about how hard it is. I want you to stop looking for shortcuts. I want you to stop expecting things to come easy, because they won't. If you want to be a man who's worth something, if you want to be a man who can hold his head high and say, "I earned this," then you have to be willing to work until it hurts. You have to be willing to suffer, to sacrifice, to give everything you have, because that's what separates the strong from the weak. That's what makes a man. Pain is the test. It's the fire that forges iron into steel. And every time you feel like quitting, every time you feel like you can't go on, that's the moment that matters most. That's the moment when you decide whether you're going to be a man who settles or a man who conquers. That's the moment when you prove what you're made of. So the next time you're faced with a challenge, the next time you feel the pain, don't shy away from it. Embrace it. Use it. Let it fuel you. Because pain is a gift. It's the only thing that can truly push you to greatness. It's the only thing that can turn you into the man you were born to be. The world doesn't need more weak men. The world doesn't need more men who are content to sit back and watch life pass them by. The world needs men who are willing to step up, who are willing to work, who are willing to put in the blood, sweat, and tears it takes to achieve something real. The world needs men who aren't afraid of pain, who aren't afraid of the grind, who aren't afraid to go all in and leave it all on the table. So ask yourself this: are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to put in the work, even when it hurts? Are you willing to sacrifice, to struggle, to suffer for the life you want? Because if you're not, then don't expect anything great to come your way. Don't expect success. Don't expect respect. Don't expect anything, because you haven't earned it. But if you are willing, if you're ready to embrace the pain, then there's nothing you can't achieve. There's no limit to what you can become, because pain is the pathway to greatness. It's the crucible that will strip away the weakness and leave you stronger, tougher, more powerful than you ever imagined. So the next time you're faced with a choice, the next time you feel the pain, remember this: pain is not your enemy. It's your ally. It's your greatest weapon. Use it. Embrace it. Let it drive you forward. Let it fuel your fire. Let it push you to places you never thought you could go. Because when you work until it hurts, when you push yourself to the limit and beyond, that's when you truly come alive. That's when you become unstoppable. So gentlemen, go out there, put in the work, embrace the pain, and show the world what a real man is made of.